coming over from the short that I made regarding the FIFA journals or glue books or scrapbooks, whatever it is you would like it to be, then this is the video for you. Thank you for popping over. And I'm just going to show you how I made my soon-to-be glue book. And a glue book is just a place that you take papers and images and you glue all of your little things in for fun. You can use this for whatever you want it to be. It would be great for all of your mementos or a traveler's journal if you went to any of the FIFA games. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. First off, I have all of these pages, scrapbook pages, things that have been printed out, and I went ahead, folded paper to my liking. You can cut it down, you can use larger paper, smaller paper, whatever it is that you want. This is just items that I had lying around or printed, and then you fold them up and you put them in the order that you like them, meaning this is the first page, and then I just folded it. I added a bit of clear packing tape to make the fold stronger because I will be enclosing it by just this purple cord. You can put yours together any way you like. There's a ton of tutorials online. I'm not a tutorial channel, but I thought I would share with you what I've done. So here I've glued a printable into the inside after I folded it. And then the next page I want to add is this one. It was just a printable that my mom sent me, folded in half. All right, I've taken a printable of the ball, cut it in half, glued part of it on this side because the next paper I have is this painted paper that I made. Okay, folded it in half, and here is where the second side of that ball will be. So then you have another fold. All of these pages are places that you can glue or journal, add ephemera into. This is called a tip-in. I just used the packing tape here on this side and then also on the back. And it's a tip-in that you can use to put things on. Then finally, I have this paper that I wanted to go ahead and fold in half. And on the back, I have this silly saying, winning isn't everything, but it is more fun than losing. So you do whatever makes you happy, and you're just going to put it all together. Now, the best part of this is the cover, okay? So this is where the bags come in. Ultimately, you could, by how I'm going to cut this, you could have 4 journal covers or whatever you're going to use this for. Traveler's notebook, a glue book, a scrapbook, an art journal. I would like to use this page, and so I will go ahead and I will cut it here and cut it on this edge. I think I'm going to leave this part because it's nice and sewn in, and of course we're going to leave one handle so we can have a little handle. Okay, so let me go ahead and cut that. Also to mention, when I picked these up at Ross, it came with this tag, ephemera, and the bags were $2.49 in my location, and they are, you know, they're real merchandise. All right, I have cut the bag, and then I just folded it over at the very bottom, and I just used my clear packing tape, and I taped it in. And so we right now have one side of the bag. And I went ahead and I lined up my little book. Wait, where am I going? This is the top, so I need it to be on my left. And then I would be using my packing tape here on this side and on this side. But first, we need to secure our little journal with this. You guys can use whatever you want. You can make your journal. You can sew it. You can, whatever you want. This is just how I'm going to do it. I don't normally sew or create journals. I usually buy composition books or things like that. I'm going to put a link in the description to a short that I saw that gave me this idea. I did not come up with this idea. I give all credit to the person, in the video that I am linking in the description, okay? And I'll put their name here on the screen for you. All right, so I just am going to tie this at the very top, and putting that clear packing tape here will help it from ripping. Here I went ahead and I just tied it in a knot, double knot, and then I made a bow. The great thing about doing this method is that you can slip in and out pages. You can add more. So this is a wonderful way to create a little journal. So when I get done, I'll have 2 of these, and I could put this inside of this if I want, or I can just go ahead and I could tape another book right in this space here. This tells me this little line here is sort of like the spine of a book. That way I know how much material I have to work with for the closure. Okay, so next up, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to decorate the journal with what I have for now. Here is the final product, and of course this is just my handmade version. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the features that I added on, and then I'm going to do a flip through of the inside. And before I do that, I'm asking you, if you haven't already subscribed or liked the video, please do so. And you could always hype the video. The algorithm will shoot it out and let other people see. Anyway, here we go. So we have our handles. I added another bit of this purple ribbon, a purple paper clip because, you know, it goes along with glue booking. And then this is a Squishmallow. I went ahead and added a grommet. I added it backwards accidentally, but I do not mind. But yeah, this came in a McDonald's Happy Meal. Here is the little character. So yeah, I just made it a bag charm. I love that. All right, let's open it up. And this has been taped in the front and the back into the bag. That way it just lives here, but there's plenty of room if I wanted to add a second one, or I can just leave it like this. All right, let's do our little flip through. I used that tag that came on this bag, and I wrote begins June 11th. I believe that is when it started. And I added this little American flag because, of course, I'm Team USA. Added a couple different flags. And then this is a grass border. The front side stuck really well, but the back side I had to use packing tape. Listen, use whatever you can to make these things stick in your glue book journals. When we open it up, I just love it. I went ahead and added the packaging from the McDonald's Happy Meal, and I used my Sharpie markers. So you're going to see these are what I mainly used for the outlines, and then I used some of these. I just picked these up off of Temu. They're pretty decent markers. Anywho, I liked adding the packaging and then writing on it. Added some more flags, and I like adding hearts, a word. Here's the one of the little balls I punched out of the packaging. USA, here's the Squishmallow tag. And then I received Happy Mail, and in it was this American flag, which all I did was stick it in here. So there's the back of it, and it can be taken out if I wanted to. I loved having that feature. I think it just really personalizes it. So take any of this stuff that you see and put your own spin on it. I would love for you to tag me. It's Treasure on Paper, and I appreciate that. So here I used my marker with a red arrow. Are you ready? And then I had used this little tiny fry container, and it already had a circle for the McDonald's logo. So then I tried my best to make this look like the official fall, and then just added the words here. I would love to add something inside. I did the black and white on it was, the golden, like French fries. But I would love to add something inside of this little tip-in. This is what we call a tip-in, and I just wrote Happy Meal on the back. I love adding text. I think it is just so nice. Oops, I need to move this out of my way. What do you guys think about that? I love it. Here is where I added some scrap paper, and go! Here I really loved doing that with the marker. And then there is that free printable. I will add the link. It's not mine, but I'll add a link if I can in the description. And I saw these words on one paper, so I cut them out. Use your head. This is an image of grass behind there. So, and of course added all the red and blue detail there. I thought I would go ahead and add the eagle. This came from an adult coloring book. I wanted to add this American bald eagle here because, Team USA. I drew some little hearts and some stars. I put some little red and blue dash marks across the edge of the coloring page. And then here is this super sweet McDonald's packaging. And you could punch out this goal. I just left it in there. And then you open it up. I punched out the ball, and I had this sticker. It says Lucky. It didn't quite match up. It just says Ucky. But anywho, it's fine. And then I added these stars that I was gifted, and I thought I could keep score on the stars. So we already had our first match on Friday, June 12th, USA versus Paraguay, and it was 4-1. We won. Yay! So I put a happy face there, and then there's the Lucky. See, it does say Lucky. And then here we have the other two games. So I thought that turned out really cute. And I did have to cut the stars apart, and I ended up using packing tape because these are glittery on the back as well, and they really didn't want to hold my glue. But I just use Elmer's purple disappearing glue. I love it. It's easy. It's got a great price point, and it shows you where you're gluing, and I need that. Then we have this page here, which I just tucked, you know, all of these are tucked in, but here you go. Winning isn't everything, but it is more fun than losing. So I could color this in at some point if I wanted to. But you see how using a little ribbon or something, you can just tuck things in. Then here I put in the locations of the other countries, Mexico and Canada, and where the matches games are supposed to be. This is the other end of that McDonald's Happy Meal packaging. And then here, USA locations, all here. I like this little yay. And then it also goes on to the back. Right, and then this sticker went over the hole for the other soccer ball. And then this came off of, or came out of an adult coloring book, and it is obviously the map of the United States. I have a few more cities to put in here. I just added a red dot where the cities are across the United States in a general location. So I have a few more to add, but I thought that would be fun. What else do we have, you guys? Then we have this. I love this iridescent metallic paint, all fired up. And I have room to put something else here and on the back here. But I thought this was near the end of the book, and it would be a good place to put Time's Running Out. So they need to finish the game because time's running out. And then here is the apple slices packaging. Cut that out and glued that in. Look how cute that walrus is. And then here is one of the balls that I cut out of the, perforated out of the packaging. And then, of course, I'm like, what else can I write in this book? We can do this. This is me, like, okay, USA, we can do this. We can win. Let's do it. Here on this page, I added this wording, congratulations to the winners. I'm hoping that USA eventually wins, of course, but congratulations to the winners. And then here is that free printable of the trophy. This is what came up. I hope it is indeed the trophy for 2026. Anyway. There we go. That's it. And then we have the back of the glue book journal. This is where I added some more of that grass, and I had to use the packing tape. So yeah, then we just close it up. Here you can see the back and the front. And you know, I could just carry this with me. The journal, the glue book is not going to fall out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it gave you some inspiration to come up with something for yourself or friends. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Go team!